introduce us, but
We are live here on the Bmoney Straight Shooting Podcast.
let me go toast those.
We got a very
You just keep on.
we got a very special podcast tonight. We got honest Donnie Green back in the studio. One of my favorite guests, one of my favorite people in the world, to be honest with you.
What's up?
How's it been?
It's been good, man. How you been?
Good. Got back in the studio last week.
Back in the studio.
Hell yeah, yes.
My co-host has arrived. The man of the hour, Superfly, Johnny Lee.
What's up? What's up?
So
we live?
Yep, we're live.
We're live. All right.
Let me get to sharing it all over the place.
Johnny's gonna get to sharing. Donnie Green. So how's 2024 for you?
It was interesting. But it wasn't too bad. It had ups and downs, but it all ended pretty well. We ended up purchasing a house right there at the end of 2024. And
Badass thing.
switched shoot jobs. So everything worked out pretty good, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Johnny Lee, how was your 2024?
My 2024 went smoothly.
Go.
I whooped Andy's ass at the June 5th show. Came back. I've been going strong since then. That's what happens when they take my gimmick.
Is 2025 your return to the ring, Johnny?
One that may never know what life holds in store for you.
You got any opponents in mind, maybe?
Well,
I know you got at least 3, Johnny. Who would you like to see Johnny wrestle in 2025, possibly?
What about the boxing match? That's been trying to do that for over months now.
I don't think the boxing match is ever going to happen.
That's true.
Who you boxing? Oh, Sean.
Yeah.
Sean's been ducking you for how long has this podcast been running? The whole time, man.
Yeah.
So, this is my first podcast of 2025, and look, I'm going to do this one sober.
Heck
Look at that. Donnie Green, sober on a podcast.
Man, I know. I don't even like doing it sober. It's crazy.
It don't even feel real right
Exactly.
now.
Cassie Gardner's on.
What's up? Heck yeah, she said hello, beautiful people.
She's on the other side of She's on the other side of the world, buddy.
And she supports you forever. That right there shows you.
I got feedback coming through.
Yeah,
I know, right?
I'm hearing it too. Is it? I think these.
Yeah, we've been dealing with a bit of a soundboard issue since yesterday. I don't know what went wrong because it's been working up till now. The 4th one won't work at all.
You had that silly motherfucker in here with that fucking Mickey Mouse outfit. He probably touched something.
Oh, you're right. I told Andy that was a bad idea. Andy said, forget it, Johnny, he'll do it. I told him, that's why I whooped your ass. Because you let stupid shit happen. Sean put on the costume too, came in here and he was talking about cheese and look for it, little silly motherfucker. That's sitting over there.
Yep. And this might be the first podcast I've done without your dad being around.
I don't know. We did I think you've always had somebody with you.
Yeah, it's the first one I've done by myself.
I think the first one I did with you was with Chance. Yeah. It was it Money in the Bank or I think it was WrestleMania.
It was a pay-per-view,
WrestleMania, yeah.
Speaking of which, War Rumble's coming up soon.
But normally me and Bear's on together. But he had that surgery today, so he's resting up.
Prayers.
Yep.
Prayers to Bear.
Prayers to Bear. He got circumcised today. I couldn't imagine getting circumcised at his age.
So that's why he's been hibernating so hard.
Well, they said his hood was infected, so they had to skin her back and get rid of all of it.
What about the cheese?
Yeah, so Bear's recuperating from his circumcision.
Grady X is here. He's tuned in.
See, I remember when I got circumcised, I didn't walk for a year. But hell, I was a baby. I couldn't do it to his age.
Exactly.
Rated X, what's up, brother?
Rated X scared the shit out of me not long ago. I was sitting at, I was in Walmart in Stanford, minding my own business, and all of a sudden somebody comes up and just grabs me from behind, dude. I spun around. It's freaking X. Scared the shit out of me.
We gotta get you back in here, X. We gotta get you back in.
Yeah, we do. But
X is a celebrity in Stanford, buddy. Hell, they was packing his stuff out to the car for him and everything.
that's what you call a celebrity. Short back and side ouch. That's what Casey said.
Short back and side.
So what do you think 2025 will bring to Donnie Green this year?
I don't know. I'm thinking about returning to the ring this year.
Really?
I've been contemplating it. I think I got one good run left.
I think that you do too. A lot of us been thinking Donnie Green out between you and Bear. You're the one that we've noticed that's been looking lean and mean.
We've known that for a couple of years.
That's right.
Yeah. I thought about it. I see everybody else is still doing it. Larry's back at it.
Yep.
He's hustling pretty hard. I don't want to hustle that hard, but
What made you even think like that?
some of the shit I see on the internet.
Yeah.
So I think some of these guys need some experience. It would help them out a whole lot.
Plus, who better to learn from than Donnie Green?
Yeah. A good boot in the face will teach you a lot.
Exactly. It'll teach them a hell of a lot more than what they've been teaching themselves.
I'm figuring maybe, this might be the year that you get in the ring.
That's what I've been looking forward to.
Yeah.
Also, if he gets inside the ring, him, Tuffy Jr., they could form a tag team. You never know.
Tuffy Jr. acts too much like his daddy. He's crazy.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that he was a lot like Tuffy.
Yeah, Tuffy crazy and shit.
You hear that, Braxton? I don't know if you're on there or not.
Oh, he'll pop in soon. You just know it. Plus, he's been talking about doing some chops.
Who's somebody you would like to wrestle?
I don't really know. I haven't really been looking as far as somebody that just stands out that I want to work.
Who would you say amongst the young talent that you've noticed before that you could say that you might want to lock horns with, like a Marty Clay or...
Marty Clay would definitely be one. I think
Hell, that'd be a hell of a match.
I could have a really nice program with Marty Clay.
And I think that Chris Crow would be a nice program too. Because he's one of those guys that gets it.
He's a dark-headed kid, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen him. Like some of these guys, I just don't know him because I've been out of it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've noticed him. He's good. But Marty probably stands out the most that I've seen lately.
You looking to make a run to the top, or are you looking to just
Just something to do. Just something to do. Just teach some of these kids.
That's the way to do it, because some of these kids, they need someone with your experience that can teach them, hey, slow it the fuck down.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these kids, they don't understand. Going 100 miles per hour, that's a one way to shorten your career immediately.
For sure.
And a lot of them, they could use someone with your experience. Like, they ain't got too many guys right now that's from that era that could help them know when to do it and when not to do it.
The only people really around Maggard and Stan.
Yep, there's Maggard, Stan Zera, Jimmy Walls, he gives advice.
I'd work Stan any day. Like, working Stan's always a good time. Me and Stan's had great matches, so.
Now that's a match that a lot of us like to see.
You said a comment one time. You said, Stan, that stiff. You weren't being serious here and everything, but you were like, Stan, that he's a stiff motherfucker. He ended my career. What's the? I want to know the story behind that.
Ah, shit, I don't even remember. I just know Stan is snug, so, but most of the guys from my era were snug.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
It ain't like this stuff that you see where these guys are bumping and shouldn't be bumping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, Stan's one of those guys that he lays them in there. He's nice and tight. Everything always looks good. So.
And you gotta watch out for him because he's got that bat with him all the time.
Yeah. And all those boys that are wrestling, what's that group? The Stan Maggard and all them's got.
There's Maggard. There's Stan Sarah.
What's the name of the organization? It's Apple.
AMW. Appalachian Mountain Wrestling.
Yeah, all those guys are good workers up that way.
That's what I think. That's probably the best promotion in Kentucky.
Yeah.
No offense to any other promotion.
There's also.
I think what they got going on with
Yeah.
Terry and X and all them, they're doing some good stuff.
And they got some great talent that knows to listen. Because if you go to any other promotion, you're seeing guys that's running 100 miles per hour. But when you go to AMW or you go to TCW, Ultimate Championship Wrestling, USWF, they know to slow it the fuck down.
Yeah. But
And
I mean, there's good promotions all over Kentucky, but there's some bad ones.
Yeah. Those are the ones that a lot of people got to avoid.
And I think there's some that's got really great potential, and they just need somebody in the back that's got some experience that can guide them which way they need to go
Exactly.
to make it better. I think some of the decisions they make are just young decisions. That,
Yeah. Like they need someone that can actually tell them what they're doing right and what they need to work on. Because that'd be much better than what they've been doing. I've noticed it too with some of these newer promotions that pop up. They ain't got no one to tell them what works and what's not going to work and why the fans ain't coming. I think that's what's missing from today's promotions that we have today. But I do believe that if Bmoney were to enter wrestling, that'd be a hell of a thing because he's got some guys that can work with him like that.
Hey, I'd be down to tag, manage, wrestle you 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, whatever.
Who would you want to wrestle? Because there's Marty Clay, Chris Crow, Braxton's already coming. But then there's other guys that's young, like Marvelous Marcus Johnson.
I mean, there's a lot of
that's another one, man. I think he's great too.
Great guy. I remember
I've wrestled him several times.
First time I ever seen him was when Dad came back and did that angle with him and Ronnie. Yeah. And it was supposed to be Ronnie Roberts and Marvelous Johnson versus Dad and Uncle Al, but Uncle Al pulled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've wrestled him several times. We've had good matches too. He's a good worker.
Hell yeah, he is. Because the last times I've seen him wrestle, he's made his opponents look like $100. Like just watching him, it's like watching Muhammad Ali inside that ring. Cause he just gets it.
We need to get him. We need to get him in the studio. That's
Hey, we almost had him, but guess what? He ate a bad case of burrito and couldn't make it.
No, the other day.
Have you tried this?
What's that?
It's the Neuro Gum.
What's that?
It's gum that gives you energy, clears brain fog, clear thinking. It's good stuff, man. You can find it on my link on my TikTok page.
Link?
That's right.
Hold on. I'm gonna review it real quick.
Brock Anderson said, "Yo, Donnie Reddick's here."
What up?
Where's he at?
Right there on YouTube.
On YouTube. Watch him from YouTube.
What's up, Reddick? That's my dude, man.
Heck yeah.
So,
What'd you say? So, neurological. What?
Neurogum. It gives you energy. It like you'll think. I don't know what it is, man, but it clears brain fog. All that. It's really good.
Right here. It ain't got no.
Yeah, I just brought the pack, but it comes in this little blue box. You get 6 at a time.
Exactly.
And if you use Donnie Green's link,
my link.
Exactly.
use his link. Look, I'm like,
Go to Donnie Green 75 on TikTok.
Have you been?
How much was it?
That I don't remember.
Probably cheap. Probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
No, that's not bad. But yeah, check it out, man. I got some other things on there too. But speaking of my boy Reddick, though, he was. We was watching it the other night.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed down there in Ashland, and man, he's an Undertaker fan and a Roman Reigns. That's his two top guys.
Nice.
Undertaker and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Undertaker or Roman Reigns moment? Or do you like Roman Reigns versus Undertaker?
Well,
I don't know. What do you think, Reddick?
for me, I didn't like the Undertaker versus Roman Reigns match because at the time he was still the big dog and not the
And the
Tribal
streak,
Chief.
and the streak was already broken. Do we think that Roman Reigns could break the streak in Taker's prime, unbroken streak?
He could have if they had given it to Brock
Was
Lesnar.
is Roman the tribal chief?
Yes,
then?
it's Tribal Chief Roman versus Prime Streak Taker.
They should have waited for that.
Yes, they should have.
I
But
gotta-
for some
I'm
reason
taking
they chose
this off.
Brock.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like the headphones either.
Yeah, the headphones.
I don't like the echo and
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't
much better to
understand
me.
it.
But yeah, they should have saved that, man. But they give that to Brock and he didn't need it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was already established. He didn't need that.
When it happened, I thought to myself, did the referee mess up? Did he count the tree by accident? Then I realized, no, they just gave Brock Lesnar. And after that, it meant nothing.
You'll end up hearing that little young man's name one day in football, man. He's a hoss. Reddick, he's every night he's in there working out, doing push-ups.
Who's he play for?
I'm not sure. Well,
Or who? Probably Ashland.
They live in Ashland.
So probably
Yeah.
Ashland.
But his
played-
daddy was a big football player too. His dad's a big old Viking-looking motherfucker. So his
Heck
dad,
yeah.
his name's Brock. So dad's a big
Brock,
dude.
what
So
up?
it's in his genes. He's gonna be a big kid. But he's down there working out, man. He's loving it. He's loving it. And he thought, when y'all said his name, man, he was on fire about it. He loved it. So I told him I was coming on tonight, and he said he was going to get on, so we give him a shout out.
Heck yeah.
He said, "You see me? I'm the tribal chief." He's the tribal chief. Are you going to challenge? Would you challenge Roman Reigns? Could you dethrone the OTC?
He's got to get that hoopla from around his neck.
Yeah.
Because that right there solidifies.
Y'all got any
Right.
predictions for WrestleMania?
Well,
Dude, I've heard a lot.
It's going all kinds of different directions for me.
yeah.
I've heard.
It's making it hard.
I've heard Cena, Gunther, Cena, Cody, who else? Rock, just so many different things, and I just don't know. And honestly, we won't know until Rumble.
Yeah. That's when we'll finally know who's going to WrestleMania, who's this, who's that, what are they going to build up to. Because right now it's anybody's ball game.
Because I'm not feeling the Owens Cody
No.
thing. Not
Yeah.
at all. But
It's
I
been-
think they're going to end up building it to a. Now I may be wrong, but it looks like maybe they're throwing a swerve towards Sammy and
Yeah.
Kevin. Maybe
Yeah,
there's a possibility that match ended up happening. That would be a better match
it would.
because they know each other so well.
And I think the reason why they're having that ladder match is so that they could introduce a brand new WWE championship. Because it's weird that they're also letting the Wing Eagle be used for that ladder match. Especially since they're only saying that the WWE championship matters.
They kind of used that belt to protect Kevin Owens, not fully losing. I feel like, but it hasn't worked out because he kind of just stole the belt and he's walking around with a fake belt right now. It's kind of stupid to me.
Yeah, it's weird. Because when it happened, I thought that the Wing Eagle was gonna matter. Yet here it is.
What's up, Quincy?
Heck yeah.
Next time I'm down there, I need to hear you rap. I heard you was a good rapper. You talking about a little kid that she's too smart. She's too smart. That's her problem. She knows too
With the
much.
grace.
Oh man.
Nice.
Supposedly she's this big time rapper down there. I don't know. We didn't do no rap battles or nothing.
We gotta see. So in 2025, we gotta see the return of Donnie Green and Donnie Green in a rap
I'm
battle.
thinking about it.
Is this the bucket list year?
I don't know if it's the bucket list year. I don't know what we call it. It might be Trump said, it's the golden years.
That's right. And could this also be the year that we see you, Bmoney, finally step into a wrestling ring.
I think it's a high possibility.
Because I'm telling you, you're young, you got it, you wrestled for collegiate, you can make it inside a professional wrestling ring. Plus, they don't know what's coming. Because you're a guy, they may look at you, they may think that you can't do nothing, but you could tear a man's arm out of socket. So I think that if you go and you finally get into wrestling, you got a huge chance to do something that no one else has ever done.
I ran into Tito the other day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I ran into Tito the other day. Matter of fact, he was coming out of the tanning salon. I've seen him and his wife. Talked to him for a while, so I think he's said something maybe about going down there with Adrian's bunch, maybe trying to do something with them. I don't know for sure. I don't know, or Larry. I think he's going to mess with it a little bit here and there. So
that sounds good, because either way, if he goes to Adrian or he goes to Larry,
yeah, I always liked Tito. He was a good guy.
heck yeah. And that's going to help.
He's another big guy, that would help out in the area.
Yeah.
That's another thing. There's not a lot of big guys. From what I can see, there's not a lot of big physical guys.
You know
right.
what I think is very weird too, is I look at pictures of my dad in high school, and he's fucking like everybody is like 6'3", like everybody's like huge. And then you look at kids from like our generation and like a couple generations before, and like they're not as big as like they were back then. It's weird. You know what I mean? And people also look different too. It's weird.
They're small.
Fast food.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like fast food.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's like
for Bear.
Oh, especially for Bear, yeah.
But today's wrestlers are. You won't get that no more.
I mean,
you look at today's wrestlers, they're small.
Like seriously, I mean, like even when we was doing like, you had guys like Larry, Bear. Your dad was one of the best big men in Kentucky. Like period. Those guys, they're gone.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just not big guys in it no more. Most of the guys I'm seeing on these shows they're smaller than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even higher, he's 5'1". Then there's others that's also 5
Who
foot
is it?
something. Even higher.
Is that long-haired kid?
Yep, the long haired kid that's 5'1" that says larger than life and does this
yeah.
gesture.
Yeah.
And the rest of them,
And the thing, from what I could see, he's not a bad worker. He's just so small.
yeah.
So
And there's no one that's bigger than that. No one that's about 6'5" or 6'4", 3, 2, 1. It's all 5 foot.
that's another reason, man. Like, take Stan for instance. That's one of the reasons he's. And I'm not taking it away from his work. His work speaks for itself, but that's one reason Stan's always on top, because he's good on the mic and he's fucking big.
Exactly.
He's a big guy. He's good on the mic, and he can work. But he's a big presence, and he makes a fucking great heel. And you got to have a good heel, and you always want your belt on the heel and the baby face chasing it.
Dude, Stan's like a character out of a movie. Like, it's so weird when when he walks in, you feel his presence. Like, Stan's a different character, man.
He lives his gimmick. I mean, he's an asshole in the ring, and he stays true to his gimmick. He's an asshole in public, And then, even when we're in the back, Stan still keeps. He's not like that with certain people.
Yeah.
He'll cut loose, but for the most part, Stan's always in character, no matter whether he's in the locker room, at the Walmart, or in the middle of the ring. So Stan's the same guy all the time. But that's what I'm saying. There's not that many guys his size, with his stature, in the independent, especially in this area.
Exactly, because I ain't seen no one his size. Maybe there's one, but the guy's wearing a mask and he doesn't even talk. The rest of them's all 5 footers, nothing else.
Like when we had Bear, and then Roger had 5 guys that were 6'6" at all his guys was big. Even the young guys were, over 6 foot, every one of them, So, I mean, they just don't make them like that no more.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because it seems like as wrestling grew, the workers started shrinking. Because we used to have bigger than that. And now it's just all smaller guys.
And, and that's why when you do see these big guys, they get the push because they're so big.
Exactly.
And that's what people come to say. They want to see some big dude just rip somebody's head off.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. That's what made Hulk Hogan and them so successful, was because they were big dudes. Hulk Hogan at one point stood 6'7", and he was pushed to the moon.
He was pushed to the moon, but Hogan could sail, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's also one of the reasons why Ultimate Warrior got pushed, because he was a big guy.
Warrior had a great look.
Great look. Oh, well,
Yep.
He had a great look.
he looked real. Like, it was crazy, man.
But his work wouldn't.
Yeah,
His work didn't match the look.
Man, he was fucking insane.
So.
Yeah.
He tried to ask him for like how much money to come to the show. It was like an insane amount.
Yes.
And yeah.
Or that time when he held up the show because
That's
he
what
wanted to
it
get
was,
paid.
Yeah.
Well.
And that usually happened because turns out he wasn't as crazy as we all thought.
We've done that ourselves. We've time to get paid and they act like they ain't got the money. So then it's somebody's paying you one way or another, whether it be an ass whooping or you're taking shit. One of the two.
Exactly. And sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get paid.
I walked out with tag straps, brand new tag straps, because the promoter said he didn't have my money. So I took his belts, dared him to take them from me, told him I'd return them when he paid me my payoff.
Exactly.
Was it the only run-in you ever had like that, or was there a lot?
It was a lot.
What do you think was the worst? Can you explain on here?
Well, getting stiff, the worst.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Oh man.
Damn.
Yeah. Pennsylvania. We was guaranteed, promised such and such. But we was young. We just broke in. So we didn't, we was stupid. We just broke in. And instead of getting like half our money up front, we waited till we got there. Dumb. It was a learning experience.
And what they do, backdoor you or?
Yeah, they tried to. We caught them in the parking lot trying to leave. And Bobby Green laid across the hood of his fucking car.
Where's he at? I ain't seen him yet.
Oh, he'll be here soon. Normally he pops in.
Yeah, Bobby was laid across the hood of the car. He said, "You ain't going to motherfucking place without my money." So.
Yeah, that's pretty bad when a promoter tries to fucking stiff you.
Yeah.
Especially when they're the ones that book.
And it was a good crowd, so there was no reason for it.
Exactly. And yet there's a lot of shady promoters like that. They'll book you for a show and then try to stiff you. Just because they're assholes.
So, I mean, it's a learning. That was the last time that ever happened. As far as that, the rest of the time, it's people you trusted or you got your money up front.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because that's what it's about. Because here in today's world, we got other promoters just like them.
So like now you got these guys doing seminars, like Larry does seminars and he teaches you the ins and outs and the traveling, and it's good to go to these seminars. Not all of them are great seminars, but there's certain guys that do have good seminars and they teach you the business aspect and what to expect. So we didn't have that back then. There was no such thing as that when we got in. So we had nobody. We was learning on the fly, man.
Exactly.
So, sometimes you learn the hard way.
Yep. But it ends up helping you out in the long run. Yeah,
it was a very expensive trip. But we learned our lesson.
Yep. And I wish that today's promoters that do that kind of shit would fuck off, because they're the kinds that are ruining professional wrestling.
What did it say?
Donnie, that dude in your yard thought he'd call your bluff too.
Yeah, he thought he would.
What happened?
We gotta hear this.
Oh wait, I thought you might have told me about this.
Yeah, it was right after we moved into our new house. I I pulled in. I come home. We hadn't been there a month, dude. I think we was there 2 weeks. We was brand new. Just had met the neighbors. I just literally met the neighbor across the street from me. I seen him. I met him the day before, and then of course the fella lives beside me. His name's Merle, and he used to be a boxer back in the day, and the same guy that trained Merle trained Sonny Liston. So Merle was actually a heavyweight contender in Michigan, and from the stories and the stuff that he showed me, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I met that old fella there, and he's something else, man. You talking about telling stories, dude. That dude can tell stories. And then I got neighbors on the other side of him. They're something else too. But I just live by some older people, and I come home and I parked my van, and the way my house is set up, I got a driveway, and I got this cut right in front that you can park on. And this guy come walking through, and he's walking through my yard, and he dropped a sweatshirt. I blew the horn, pointed at the sweatshirt to let him know he dropped it. I was on the phone with my boss, and he turns around and looks at me, throws his hands up. And he goes to walk off and leave the sweatshirt, so I blow the horn again. I point at the sweatshirt. He turns around, throws his hands up, and I'm pointing like this, so he walks over to the van. He beats on the door, so I tell my boss, I was like, "Hey, Kelly, I said, let me jump off here real quick. This guy's beating on the door." So I opened the door. He said, "What the fuck's your problem?" I was like, "What?" I said, "I'm trying to tell you dropped your sweatshirt in my yard that you're walking through." "Oh, well, I'm cutting through." I said, "Well, that's fine." And I was trying to be nice, but I said, "That's fine. But going forward, I don't want you cutting through my yard." I said, that's over. So if this used to be your cut, I said, that's it. After today, don't come through my yard no more. I got grandkids that are going to be here. I got kids and stuff. I don't want strangers walking through my yard. I said, that's a wrap. Man, he started screaming, and you don't know who you're fucking with. I was like, dude, what? So I'm walking towards the door. I was like, "It's fine, dude. Like I said, you can cut." I'm going in the house. I'm not even fooling with this dude. He's fucking acting crazy. I said, "It's fine. Cut through today, but that's it." I said, "There'll be a fence up, here soon." He said, "I'll jump your fucking fence," and went to cussing me. So my wife walks out the door. She goes, "What is going on?" I said, "I need you to hold my keys and my phone." She said, "For what?" I said, "I'm fixing to whoop this guy's ass." And then he starts punching himself in the face. "Come on, you want some of this, motherfucker? You don't know who you fucking with." And I just kept walking towards him. Just beeline. I wasn't running, just walking towards him. And he's jumping up and down. "Come on, come on." I get to him. Pop, pop, pop. Just two-piece him right there. Yeah. So then I get on top of him, and I'm just fucking dropping bombs. Jess actually crawls in between us to get me off of him. And pushes me off of him. I done split his head from here to here. He's bleeding.
Damn.
Yeah, he's pouring blood. And I was laying it on him, too. He's bleeding. He's got this big gash. Jess picks him up off the ground. She's like, "Just leave before he kills you. Leave before he kills you." And then he bum rushed me again, tried to come running at me. So I just sidestepped him and fucked him up again. Then I football kicked him across my yard and beat him up pretty good. And the cops were coming. And the neighbors done come out. And the old man next door, Merle, because, he was telling me he was a boxer. I was telling him I was a wrestler. So that old man, Merle, he goes, "I guess you got to meet Donnie Green, didn't you?" So, he's funny as shit. So, but that guy, Jess helped the guy up. I said, "No, motherfucker, you ain't walking through my yard. You walk your ass the long way. That's over." Well, the cops pull up. And Jess is like, "The cops are here. Just don't ever come back in the yard." And she pushes him into the woods behind my house. So that's basically what happened. Then I end up pulling up to the house about a month later, and he's sitting on my porch talking into the ring cam. I come out of that van. I was going to kill him. But he was begging me not to hit him. He's like, "Please, I don't want to fight this time." He's like, and he had Dude, you know when scars heal and they're all purple?
Yeah.
It was that light purple, like it just had closed up, but it had a big gash right there. He's like, man, I don't want to fight. I'm just looking for my keys. I said, motherfucker, that happened a month ago. I done mowed the yard 10 times. Ain't no fucking keys here. His keys were probably in his sweatshirt because the cops took that. 'Cause they couldn't find the guy. So he got trespassed. If he comes back around, they'll arrest him. But
Mr. Billy Badass.
he took an ass whooping with it. I guess he's one of those guys that get real loud and punch himself and act crazy. And people get scared of him.
Yeah.
He just got the wrong guy that day.
Yep.
That's all it amounted to.
Because what it sounds like is that he's one of those Billy Badass guys that think that they're tough just because they're punching themselves.
I mean, he was a good-sized dude. He wasn't small or nothing, but he's a good-sized guy.
Was he a tweaker?
But he met the wrong one.
Dude, he smelled like he had drank a fifth of vodka. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think he was just drunk and just thought he was 10 feet tall and bulletproof. But I really think that he probably had the idea that if he raised his voice, acted a little crazy, that I was going to get intimidated. Because as I was walking towards him, his eyes kept getting bigger, like he's waiting on me to stop, you know, and I never did. I just kept walking towards him. And by the time I got close enough to jab him, it was over.
What the first one do? That just drop him instantly, or
First, he and then out. And then by the time he hit the ground, I was in the mounted position. I was holding his hair up. And I'd let go every time I hit him. He'd just bounce his head off the ground.
He found out. As they say, fuck around, found out.
Cassie Gardner says mean Donnie Green.
I met her, so I played this damn video game on my phone.
Yeah.
It's Age of Origins or something. It's a crazy ass fighting game or whatever. It's you get a city, you build a city, and then you fight other worlds. It's in the It's a really addicting game, but that's how I met her through the game, and we've been friends ever since.
Heck yeah.
And so, well, shit, I'm friends with a lot of people all over the world on that game, man. It's crazy, but
Brings people together.
So I play Clash Royale. That's what I play.
yeah, you'll see guys. His name on Facebook's. You'll see him comment on my stuff sometimes. It's Hussein,
Yeah.
and you know he's from Saudi Arabia. But he'll comment on our Facebook posts all the time, and people's like, "Who is this guy?" I'm like, "That's my buddy off
Do they
of,
watch
off
your
the game."
TikToks and stuff?
Yeah, they follow me on
Nice.
TikTok. So, yeah, he'll message me on there, and he'll be like, "Oh, that TikTok's great, man." He says so
Dude,
funny.
I had to repost the snow challenge you did. That was fucking hilarious.
Dude, nobody's beat me in the snow challenge yet.
Have you seen this snow challenge video, John?
Yep.
Fucking hilarious.
Lay down
watched
face
it first
first, naked in the snow, and let it melt. That's the challenge.
If you have not seen
Exactly.
the Donnie Green Snow Challenge, go to TikTok and look up. Is it Donnie Green 75? Donnie Green 75.
It's got a hell of a snow challenge video on there.
Well, I mean, everybody's challenging me to all these snow challenges, so I just thought I'd up the game.
Man, Buddy still ain't done it though.
Merle, the old man next door to me, I was going to work, and he was coming out he's coming out to feed. Dude, he feeds these fucking animals. He's got raccoons, cats, all kinds of
Come
shit
up
coming
to his door.
Right
I got
up
a
to
dude at work that does the same.
Dude, there's so
stuff.
many fucking animals, and I keep running them off from my porch. So for the most part, they stay away from my house because I've done chased them off. But who's out there feeding them? He said, I'm not sure if you know this, but I think somebody was laying naked out in your backyard because there's an imprint in the snow. And I just started laughing. And he goes, all I know is I could see it out my bedroom window, and I was thinking, what in the hell are they doing over there? And I was telling him about it. He was just dying laughing.
Dude, that's
No one's beat it yet.
No.
They're all
Bobby
scared.
challenged me to a snow challenge. He went out there and did snow angels and he like to never got down, and then he barely got up.
Just talk about how cold it was at the hotel. Like he knew it was gonna be cold. It's
Yeah.
snow, dog.
And where he went and done that's where his dogs go and shit. He had some snow over top of some shit. I'd like, why would you do the
You
challenge
just smear
there? It
that
was
shit
all.
on yourself.
Why would you go into the fresh snow and do it?
Exactly.
He went over in the hard snow that had been walked down and tried to do it. And then couldn't get up. Crack showing, everything else.
He's one of them solid off humans, man. That's what he is. One of them solid off
I don't know
humans.
about him.
Mama
no
Joyce
idea.
is watching.
She's on. Mama Steele, what's up? We got your favorite, Donnie Green. Last
That's
time,
right.
last
Her
time
favorite.
you was in, I asked her, or no, you wasn't in. Somebody else was in. I asked her who her least favorite Green was, and she said that damn Donnie Green.
She's lying.
What about the dirty dancing?
Every time she sees me, she wants to do the dirty dancing challenge. Joyce wants to come running across the floor. She wants me to put her big ass up in the air and spin her around like that. And I don't mind to do the lift with her. I'll pick her ass up. But Joyce, she wears them night shirts,
Yeah.
and it's got the sides cut out.
Yeah.
And she don't wear a bra. So them big old 54 longs she got pops out of the side, and you can't see nothing once you get her up there. You got all these boobies in your face. And they're, and it ain't like they're just regular boobies now. She's a grandma, so they're grandma
That's true.
boobies now.
That is true.
That's your grandmother. Why would she want to always do the lift?
Is she a step up from Dude's grandmother?
A dude's grandmother, I ain't talked to her in a long time.
Not since she made you breakfast.
Last time I was over and she made me breakfast, I kicked her out of the bed, and that was it.
Cassie Gardner says if neighbors see me doing that, they'll call the people with the white jackets LOL.
Oh no.
Well, they got different rules across the pond over there.
Yeah.
Oh, where's she from?
The UK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got different rules on that side of the pond.
They
Exactly.
got different foods too. I've seen some.
I like to go over there and
TikToks
try some of their beer. That's what I want to do. Go to one of those pubs over there.
Me too.
Do you like a Guinness like a beer like that? Yeah, that's what I don't like.
I don't either. I don't like that. But I like to try different beers, but I don't care nothing for those.
That's like Ireland stuff, right?
Yeah. And those Yinglings, I don't like those sumbitches either.
There was a Japanese beer. I was at a bar and I wanted a Budweiser, and he was like, "Oh, this tastes just like a Budweiser." And I tried it, and it wasn't bad.
I love it when they say, "Oh, this is similar to Bud Light." Nah, bro.
Dude, I want to try Hulk Hogan's beer. I haven't heard anything bad. They just say it just tastes like every other commercial beer. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's got fucking Hogan on the can. That'd be badass.
Well, when we was down at Panama, man.
Did you hear he's up
not
in a
Panama,
shop
but
in Tennessee?
when we was down at Clearwater, we like to go to Hogan's hangout
Yeah.
when we go. So we went down there, and they was like, "Yeah, Hogan's on his way." So of course I posted a video of it, Hogan pulling up and stuff, and we took Chance back there and got to meet Jimmy Hart and all them and Hogan and stuff. But I wanted to try one of the beers, man, but I couldn't get one. That place was, dude, there were so many people. They was out the door. The place couldn't hold another person. It's definitely not big enough. He needs a bigger place.
Yeah.
There was so many people inside, and then they was outside, and he's got a window, a walk-up window that you can go to now. But the line for the walk-up window was like 30-minute wait just to get to the window.
My God.
Like, I was like, fuck it, I'll try it somewhere else. But yeah, it's crazy.
And yet they say Hulk Hogan is not liked by people.
And the first time we went, yeah, it's bullshit. Maybe not up north, but
Yeah, not in fucking California.
yeah. So, but the first time we went to it, Hogan wasn't there. He had, I guess, a heart attack or something. I don't know. Jimmy was saying he had something to do with his heart. So Jimmy said he wasn't even going to be there, but Hogan said he couldn't make it, so made Jimmy go down there. So, because, them two are buddies.
Yep.
So Jimmy was there, and one of the Bushwhackers was there. And Nick, his son, and his wife, what's her name? I can't think of her name now. She used to be a porn star.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But she was there. She's super sweet, super nice lady. we was there, man. She was firing on my wife left and right. She's like, "Your wife is so hot." She was all over Jess. But they bought us drinks. We got to hang out with them, and dude, it was cool. And she friended Jess on Instagram and all kinds of shit. Like, we had a good time the first time we went down there with them. We was able to get into the bar and find a spot, and
Heck yeah.
we had a good time. We hung out with them, and he was in there DJing and stuff. So it was a pretty good time. But yeah, if you've never been to Hogan's Hangout down there, it's a good spot.
Heck
Food's
yeah.
not bad either. You go upstairs because they serve food upstairs. They serve it downstairs.
It's 2 stories.
It's 2 stories,
Right.
but there's no music and stuff upstairs. It's just like another bar, and then they serve food and stuff up. It's more tables up there, but then downstairs is where everybody hangs out for the karaoke. And stuff.
Apparently, he's bringing something to Tennessee. I don't know I think it's just going to be a shop though. But I seen it the other day on Facebook that he's coming, and they posted it. The Hogan's Beach Shop
Yeah,
official page posted it, so that'd be cool.
Jimmy Hart will probably be there a lot.
Heck yeah, because Jimmy Hart's one of those guys.
Jimmy Hart used to have a spot in Daytona.
Yeah.
Daytona
Is that still?
Beach.
Do they
It's
still?
not there.
It's not there anymore.
Oh,
Because
man.
I remember when we used to go, Hogan's Hangout wasn't a thing, and it was they had the one. No, they didn't have the one in Clear. Well, the first time I ever went was the one in Cocoa Beach, and then the other one wasn't even open yet. But after that, I think we went a couple years later, and I ended up going to the one in Orlando.
Yeah, the Jimmy Hart had that. It was.
And then the Bushwhackers things beside it, and he had something.
Yeah,
didn't he?
but so when we looked, so this hotel, they're on their website. They was advertising, basically pushing the Jimmy Hart thing. So that's the whole reason we booked the hotel, to go there and hang out with Jimmy Hart. And we got there and it wasn't even there anymore. I was like, well, why is it still on your website? That's the whole reason we went. So I don't like going to Daytona. Fucking Daytona.
See, we went to
sucks.
Daytona last
Yep.
time, and it wasn't that good. We pretty much had to drive to Orlando for everything.
Yeah, if I go, I like going to Clearwater.
Yeah, that's our favorite spot. Kissimmee is usually our spot, but
That's much better than
Donnie
Daytona.
likes them Coritas. Corona.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Coronas.
Yeah.
That's what my dad
Man,
loved.
I can't wait until it's
Some
summer.
Corona Ritas, have you ever had one of those?
Man,
they're good.
Is
Get
it
you a margarita with a
the
Corona,
Yeah. I think Audrey.
I wasn't even hip to those until me, Barry, Chelsea, and Jess was out, and Chelsea ordered one. I said, "What the fuck is that?" She said, "It's Corona Rita." I was like, "Oh, I got to try one then, dude. Game changer, so good." I think
that's good
I
shit.
smashed 3 of them. Fuck.
Audrey gets the ones in the frozen bag. You ever try those? They ain't that good, but she eats them all the time.
No, I don't like mine frozen. I like mine on the rocks. So.
Yes. Way better. And the Corona's something to drink when you're on a camping trip. Because me and Dad, it was raining 6 hours. Me and Dad said, fuck it. We're not going to stop. And we start drinking Coronas. We drank all the margaritas that was out there. Everyone else was out there. They were spooked by the rain. We said, well, fuck y'all then. We're just going to sit out here and we're going to drink. And that's what we exactly did. All that day, we just sat out there and we drunk.
Man, I can't.
Coronas was good shit.
That's why I built my bar downstairs so I could sit there and get drunk.
Exactly.
I got a nice little spot.
It's nice.
Yeah. So how's the bar coming along?
It looks good, man. It's just a nice little spot. B came down, checked it out.
Is there anything else you're adding?
Not right now. Shit, I gotta get some more money.
Yeah.
Shit, I spent all my money down there
What's
on that.
the future plans on the bar?
Gonna open that wall up and take it on to the other side. So I still got 900 square feet of unfinished basement over there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna the one wall when you come down where the bar's up against now, that wall's coming out. I'm gonna take it on back. I'll finish that whole area over there and open that up, and then basically I'm gonna take the bar and take it back into the bigger side of the basement and open that up and get a pool table and stuff over that way, and get the bar over there, throw a couple more video games and stuff in,
Yeah.
some more TVs. So, and then the side that's over there it'll be more of a setting area.
Yeah,
Kinda.
we was talking about it the other night at the house. It's like karaoke's not meant for inside, but at your place it was pretty fun, you know.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, and honestly, even when like y'all were, when we was down there singing and carrying on, when we went upstairs, it wasn't bad because Jess was sick that night.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bothering her at all. The only time she's like, the only time it was really loud was when you was screaming in the mic.
Oh yeah.
She's like, that's the only time really it got to me is when B was down there screaming in the mic. She's the other
What
than that,
song would have been playing? You know.
I don't remember what song you was screaming to.
Screaming.
Yeah.
You got Will into it, B.
Yeah, I did a Guns N' Roses song or something, did I?
It might have been. I don't
Or
know.
Metallica, something probably off the wall. That's what I felt at the video of me following with Jess at the fucking bar. They had Metallica playing, and Dad already spilt his drink, and I was pretty gone already.
I know. I was sitting there and I
knew
looked
it.
over and you was there, and I looked this way and I looked back and you were sitting on your back. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Went down.
Yeah, he went down. Looked like a sniper got him. That was a good time. That was a good time.
That's some of the best times too.
We got pretty lit.
What's up, Tommy Green? I see you watching.
Look, Audrey's tuned in.
Yep.
What's up?
She's probably over there getting them toes ready to latch on to you.
That's right.
What
best
did
be
you
ready.
call him at one time?
Shit, I don't even remember. Dude. I come up with shit off the fly and I can't remember it half the time.
Audrey, what did he say about your toes last time? She was. She's gonna be so mad.
I know she can hang from a tree upside down with them some bitches. She got 12 toes.
And of course, she would remember what he says because you know how women are. They remember exactly what you say.
Well, she got an extra pinky toe on each foot.
That's just so she can grip a hold of Bmoney extra tight. But
I want to know what Jess thinks of you maybe returning to the ring. Have you mentioned it?
She don't know nothing about it.
She ain't watching, is she?
Nah, she ain't watching.
What about Chance? Does he know yet or no? You
No,
think he'd
it's
be
just
on fire?
something I've just been thinking about here recently.
I think that you could do it because if anyone could do it, it's honest Donnie Green.
Man,
But
if you want
We always get that fire in our bellies, and then sometimes the flame will go out, and sometimes it don't. It just all depends. So, hell, maybe next week the flame will die down. I won't think about it anymore. But I've been thinking about it a lot here lately.
That's true.
Yeah, if you wanna ease into it, we could do a tag. I think we could tag something like that maybe.
We gotta get you with a group and get you starting to work with some guys. That's a big thing. Got to get you training. We got to find you an organization that you can start working with.
And trust. And also the right opponents that, will take care of you. Because there are some opponents that don't try to take care of the person that they're working with.
Yep. So what do you think about the Raw on Netflix?
Raw on Netflix. I was gonna ask you that earlier,
That's
but I
fire.
lost it. But man, I think it's been 20 times better. My favorite episode so far was the second one. Actually, I thought that was an amazing episode of Raw.
Yep, because of Penta, his debut, the drone shots, I think that they outdid
I think
themselves.
Penta
on
was
Raw.
really nervous when he first started.
Also,
I
like
do too.
they say it's ring rust, but I don't think he was used to because he tried to hit a leg drop from the bottom rope, and it didn't.
The ring's different.
Yeah.
So, and the rings he's may have been working in may be small. WWE ring's
Well,
huge.
And WWE also uses real ropes. AEW, Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground,
They
all
use the
use
cables.
the cables. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, all the rings are different, so you got to get in there and get a feel for them. But he started getting his groove about, I'll say midway. I think a lot of his nerves, man. You're looking at, you're stepping on the biggest stage that you've ever been on biggest platform.
Yeah.
And all of his family's there, so yeah, he was nervous. But
Exactly.
I thought him and Gable had an awesome match.
Yeah.
Gable was a selling machine, dude.
He
Dude,
was.
That destroyer he took was phenomenal.
I've never seen anybody sell it like that, and it was
Me
so
either.
beautiful, dude.
Never. I don't even know how he flopped like that.
Dude,
'Cause
it
I
looked
never
like
seen
he
him put
broke
his hand.
It
I
looked
never
like he
seen.
broke his fucking neck.
I never seen him put his hands down, and the way dude, it was phenomenal. It was great.
Exactly. All through the match.
And I thought Penta and what's his
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne was going to have.
Yeah.
I was expecting that to be a really, really, really good match. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but I was thinking that was going to be good.
And a lot of people are trying to say that it's better than Gable versus Penta.
I also think they took like when they pretty much stripped Pete Dunne of being Pete Dunne. For me, that kind of ruined it for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Ruined him for
Put
me.
you
I don't know
stupid.
why. You know what I mean? He's just not the same guy he was.
Cassie Raw on Netflix is amazing. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like the drone shots that they've been doing lately.
Yeah.
That's been a hell of a.
And I've noticed some of the wrestlers, they're still in that mindset of can't cuss.
Yeah.
And they're going out there and they're doing their promos, and a word that you could just flat out say, a cuss word, they're still trying to do the PG version, and it sounds really stupid now on Netflix,
My favorite one was when.
Like Bailey the other night, she's like, "You big dumb idiot," like instead, like she was still doing the PG stuff. So
Yeah.
it won't be long. They'll all be away from that, and they'll be dropping.
Yep. So far, my favorite was when CM Punk talked about throwing Hulk Hogan's old dusty ass out of the Royal Rumble.
Man, I
Just get
think
it pop.
Hulk Hogan could still beat him up. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I think Hulk Hogan.
I'm just not a
could still beat
CM
him up.
Punk fan.
Me
Never have
either.
been. Never have been.
For me, how can you take? So he went over to the UFC and got embarrassed, and people argue, "Oh, he's got nuts for stepping in there." Anybody could go in there and do what he did in there. Me personally, and I've trained jiu-jitsu, boxing, wrestling. Like I know, and he also went to a novice level jiu-jitsu tournament
Yep.
and placed third, and there was 3 men in his bracket. And so you're you're wanting me to believe that guy can really beat up Drew McIntyre, a fucking 6 foot monster.
Dude, if you've never, so we was flying one time, and I was on the plane with Drew McIntyre. He's a monster, dude. Like, he is really a big dude. Yeah, we sat on the plane and fucking got drunk, but he was cool as shit, man.
What does Drew McIntyre drink?
We was drinking Jack and Coke.
Jack
Nice. The drinking champions.
Yeah. Well, he was walking in the airport. And he had his hood on, and we got on the train, the shuttle that shoot you, and he was sitting in the back all by himself, and he was looking down, trying to avoid contact. But I kept staring at him. I was like, "That's a big son of a bitch, man." I said, "Who is that?" I said, "He's got a dude that big. Don't just walk around."
Yeah.
Like, I was like, he's got to be somebody, play sports, something. But I still hadn't seen his face. But I knew that guy was an athlete. Like, you just don't see guys that big just walking around out in the wild
Fucking
like that.
arms tearing through the shirts and
Oh,
shit.
his sweatshirt
Yeah.
looked like it was painted on, you
Yeah.
know. And when we went to get off the thing, he grabbed his bag, and I caught a glimpse of him. So we get over there, and we get to our gate, and he's standing there off to the side, all by himself, and nobody's bothering him. So I just walk up to him. I was like, "Hey, Drew." He turns around and looks. I was like, "Hey, man, it's a big fan, dude. Can I get a picture with you?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Get over. We take 2 pictures." I said, "Man, I really appreciate it. I don't want to bother you." He said, "It's all right, man." He said, "I just want to get on the plane for people to recognize me." I said, "It's cool." So then we get on there, and so, of course, me and Jess, we got just put random places.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
But we wanted to sit by each other. But so she's on this side of the aisle, and I'm on this side of the aisle, and then they had him in a middle seat. And I was like, I said, you want to switch too? But we was in the exit row, so you had all that room, you know.
Exactly.
So, which I thought was weird that he wasn't flying first class or something, but he was back there in the economy but we was sitting in the emergency exit row, and I give him my end seat, and then when they come around, they's bringing drinks. I said, man, you want a drink? I said, I'll buy you. So then he bought the next one. Hell, we just sat there and just talked. We didn't even talk about wrestling. We just talked, you know. Just he was cool as shit, man. And we ended up having a couple drinks, and then when the plane landed, we was going to Florida. Plane landed, and we was going to Clearwater.
Yeah.
And when the plane landed, he was getting his bag, and he's like, "Nice to meeting you, brother," and shook my hand, and he rode out, dude. And I didn't see him no more in the airport. So,
Damn, that's bad.
But it was cool as shit, man. It was a cool experience.
Exactly.
But super nice guy.
Especially because he does his size too.
He had just lost the belt. It's when COVID all that opened up, and it was right after the COVID. You know, he was the champ, and he dropped the strap.
Yep.
And he had just lost all that, man. But I think Drew McIntyre is definitely one of those guys that they should do something with. He's got all the skills, the look, everything. So,
Also, he's got a great character right now.
I just wish they'd get him away from the whole CM Punk thing.
Yeah, because that's done and dusted with. They have to end it at the Hell in Cell. It should be a new Punk that he's going after now. But instead, they got him still doing CM Punk in that. I get that they want him to face Seth Rollins, but it still puts him inside the forefront with CM Punk.
I'm just curious if they're going to... CM Punk's finally going to headline a WrestleMania.
Same.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what about the rumors of The Rock might be inside the Royal Rumble? Do you see it happening?
I'd like to.
Man, they've also
I don't care what anybody says. When The Rock shows up, it's good shit every time.
Exactly.
They've also been talking about two names: Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Ric Flair.
Nah, I don't see neither one of them.
Dude,
Yeah.
There's been a lot of stuff
Now,
saying.
Ric Flair would do it probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he
sure.
would so he could die inside the ring.
But Hacksaw can't.
Dude, they couldn't go over the top.
Yeah, because
rope.
Hacksaw dealt with cancer
Nah,
recently.
he ain't doing it.
Exactly. But I do see The Rock could show up.
I guess Charlotte's supposed to make her return too. So
Here's
Yeah.
another wild card. Now Jordan Grace is done with TNA. She shows up at Royal Rumble and makes her official WWE debut as a official contracted wrestler.
dude, I'd love them to pick up Blanchard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she needs to be there so bad. You know, I know she had a little bad run there, and
Yeah.
she took a little leave.
Yeah.
But dude, she's fucking good, man. She should definitely be there.
Exactly, because she is Tully Blanchard's kid.
Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson was my favorite tag team. Those guys was on point. They were flawless. Never had a bad match. Worked great. If you watch any of their matches, go back and watch any of their matches, you're entertained the whole time.
Exactly, because Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, they knew what they were doing. They knew how to get done. They had style. They had class.
Arn Anderson might be... It's a tie between him and Flair as far as my favorite wrestler of all time.
He had the badass.
I always
spine
liked
buster.
Arn Anderson's ring work, and he was great on the mic. But Arn Anderson was probably if he's not one, he's two. Them two are.
Exactly, because he had the best spine buster inside the game. Ain't nobody that's ever come close to that.
Facts.
Oh yeah, the cleanest spine buster.
Exactly.
I seen
Man.
Larry D's got a new book coming out.
Yeah,
See that?
Yeah, I saw that
noticed
too.
Yeah.
See, Larry's got a new book coming. Good for him. I hope it does big. I'm gonna have to get it and read it. See how much bad shit he talks about me in it. But I think I think it should be good. I'd like be an interesting read.
Yeah, it would be.
You got any Larry stories for us?
Shoot, we got all kinds of Larry stories. Yeah, but Larry was just when I met Larry, he was a young kid, wanted to get in the business, man, and he loved it. And Payne had trained him, and or was working with him or whatever, and he grew up watching Georgetown, wrestling in Georgetown, Kentucky, man. That was the spot. He went down to the convention center, and that's where everybody went. And he grew up wanting to wrestle for the MWA, and he kept. And at the time, I was working for Chris, and he kept, man, can you get me on? Can you get me on? I'd ask Chris, and Chris would be like, nope, I'm not using him. I'm not using him. Payne trained him. I'm not using him. And I told him, I said, man, just keep coming. I said, show him that you want to work. Show him you're interested. I said, keep showing up and asking him if he's got a spot for you. And I shit you not, man, Larry would every week, and this went on for a fucking year. Every week he'd show up. Because Larry was working other places.
Yeah.
And I was working Larry other places. I kept telling Chris, hey, Larry'd show up, and I'd say, hold on, I'll go ask him. I went back, hey, man, I didn't think Larry. He's like, I done told you, why do you keep asking me? Stop asking. But I'd ask him every week, and Larry would show up every week, man. And finally, Larry showed up, and I guess Chris had just had enough. And Chris looks at me, he goes, tell him to be here next week. He said, and then you're working him. And if the match sucks, then you're done too. I said, all right, fair enough. And we went out there and had a great match, come back. And when Larry walked in, back in the dressing room, Chris walks up to him, hands him his payoff. He said, see you next week. Come back next week. And so there for a little bit, it was week by week, And then, he made me and Larry run a program. And then next thing you know, Larry's in. So
what was some other promotions running at the time MWA was running? Around you all's time, like, you dad.
Fargo had one going.
You had Bone Crusher.
You had BBW was going. TCW was going. Terry Allen had a promotion going. So who else? Of course, Roger.
Yep.
Man, there's about 10 or 12 promotions going at one time. So, but I think Payne had one going at one time, and then our dad, OCW, had going. So there was plenty of places to go work here. It ain't like it is now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't know who it is, but somebody in your family supposedly is getting a ring, maybe starting the MWA back up again. I've heard. I don't know.
I've never heard it.
Exactly. I know.
Something was brought to my attention about it, and I told him no. I didn't want no part of it. I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
So I think it's foolish.
Yep. Because last time I heard was that Bobby Green Sr. wanted to start back up company. He's like the rest of us, though. He'll get that fire, that itch, but it dies away. Yep.
So Bobby's been talking about coming back too. Would you wrestle him?
I'd beat shit out of Bobby.
Bobby, he'd beat shit out of you. I don't know if you're watching, but it's a bad night not to be
He
watching.
knows that Donnie Green worked the best between the two of them.
Oh, yeah, Donnie Green's the best green.
After all, when they were underneath that mask gimmick, it was Bobby that ruined it.
Dude, that was one of the best gimmicks. It was so good. It was so good. So we was wrestling. We was working the steels, and we did a loser leave town. We leave. We're gone for a month. We just don't. We're going to the shows, but nobody sees us,
Yeah.
And I come up with this gimmick, the crime and punishment. I got the orange inmate jumpsuits. I put the inmate letters on the back of it, and dude, and we set it up to where, you know, this team from prison, they're going to let these two guys from prison come and wrestle, and they're bringing them in just for the steals.
Yeah.
Man, it was such a big build up. We had that. It was an army. I don't even remember which armory it was, but it was packed. People, like, all the Steele's family was there, like all their friends was there, and like your grandmother, she was all mad and worried because she's like, I can't believe they're bringing guys that are, you know, out of prison in. So we show up and we had a police cruiser. We raised the big door up.
Yep.
We got a cruiser going with the lights going out there. They bring us in and we're in shackles and chains. And we got the black mask on. You can't see our faces at all. They're blacked out. And I told Bobby, I said, when we do this, we got to change everything about us. We can't be the same at all. Whatever, you can't throw the same punches. You can't throw the same, like, you got to change it. So I come in, I was walking with this limp, and dude, I did it perfect. No one had a clue it was me, dude. And then I would act all crazy and beat my head in the corner and like flip a switch and go nuts. And man, this was over. Nobody had a clue it was us. Never even thought it was us. And that stupid sumbitch, I think he had Al. Or maybe it was, I don't know, he had Bear Al one. And it was your grandmother. She was cussing, and it was just, he couldn't help himself. Could not help himself. Because I told him, I said, we won't talk. All we'll do is grunt. Grunt and yell. Like, or grunt. That's it. And that stupid motherfucker gets him, he's choking him, and he looks over and says, shut up. And as soon as he says, shut up, that's Bobby Green. As soon as he said it, dude, run the whole fucking gimmick.
God dang.
We get to the back, I was so fucking mad. We was like, dude, what the fuck? So then we started putting the outfits on other people and having us come out, you know, finding guys that was similar to our size and putting the outfits on them so it'd throw people off, wouldn't think it was us, but they knew.
Yep.
It was over.
Yep.
That gimmick was so good, dude. It was so well thought of. Like I said, we had security guard bring us in on chains and everything, dude. It was great.
And all it took was to talk.
Shut your mouth, you stupid motherfucker.
And of course, you had to go and say something after you told him.
Well, I mean,
works out.
Yeah. So, run that gimmick, but it was great for as long as it lasted.
Yeah.
We could have used that for a while.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah.
We could have used that for a while, and he runs it.
Like, that gimmick was something that could have lasted at least 6 months.
It could have lasted. I liked it because it was something different than what I was doing, and I was, getting to play something completely different. But
And y'all even had police force involved to make it look good and make it look realistic.
How'd
And
y'all
he
get the
just
chopper
had to go
there?
talk.
How'd y'all get the chopper there? Or
chopper.
you said you had a helicopter, right?
No.
No,
I
you
had
had
a
the
police car.
Police car.
Cruiser. Yeah. So, a buddy of mine worked at the prison. He did security on the side. He brought his car down, had lights, and he wore his prison outfit, and he walked us in. And, fucking, he's armed, and then we got the cuffs and the foot shackles, and then we got the belt chains going around us, and then he's got a chain behind us leading us to it was fucking great.
That's awesome.
It was fucking great.
Exactly.
It was great, and then we get in the ring, and I was walking around acting kind of crazy, and all of a sudden the bell ding ding, and I turn around, I start beating my head on the corner, and then I turn around and just bum rush them. Like, it was just, it was like, what the fuck? But,
And that was a gimmick that was well designed too, because shackles and everything.
I thought about that thing for a while, man, and what to do. And one word: shut up, runt it.
Was there any more maybe changes or adaptations that the character of Donnie Green went through?
Not really.
Well, it's like you're one of those guys, kind of like Cody Rhodes. he's the American Nightmare, but that's not really his gimmick. He's still Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? Like, you're still Like, I can't describe your gimmick. You're just Donnie Green. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and those to me are the best kind of. Like, you got your Undertakers and stuff, but those are the guys that stick with me.
Like, he's the dead man. His gimmick was he's supposed to be like not really alive.
Yeah.
I'm just a normal average guy that likes to fight. That was basically kind of like Kevin Owens does.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same thing. He doesn't have Kevin Owens doesn't have a gimmick.
Yeah,
he's just a brawler. He just likes to fight, you know.
Exactly.
So, but I mean that's kind of what it was. But, you know, they threw the name on us when we come in. That our dads wanted us to take their names, but you know, looking back, and don't get me wrong, I don't regret it. I love the name. I was proud to have my dad's name wrestling and stuff, but I wish I kind of would have did my own thing, had my own name, home, just kind of different legacy.
What do you think you would have done?
I don't know, but I like to done. I don't know. I just like to been, instead of just being Donnie Green, I like to been myself, like me, something different. But it is what it is now. So
yeah, that's probably why you like the gimmick that y'all were doing with the prison, because it was different. It allowed you to showcase skills.
Well, and it's something nobody else had done. That's why I liked it. So
exactly.
And that's another thing, you know. I just like to had the freedom to do something that nobody else has done.
Maybe if you'd done it without Bobby Green, it would have lasted for a long time.
Well, I mean, then we was tagging, so that's
true.
But I don't know. But I kind of wish I would have did something different than the Green name, but it is what it is. Like when Ronnie got in it, and he wanted to be Ronnie Green, dude, I tried to talk him into just being something. I was like, dude, don't use the green, do something different. And he had to be Rooster Ronnie Green. Well, at first he didn't even want to do the Rooster thing. But we talked him into that. But yeah, I don't know. I do think if we did something different, it'd been all right.
I want to know, because you have a very good theme song. How essential is a good theme song to a wrestler?
Sometimes a good theme music will get you remembered. Like if you go to a show, they may not remember your name.
Exactly.
Rockstar by Nickelback, I think of Playboy.
That's what I'm saying. So the thing is, so people relate you to your song. So you come out. So when they hear Guitar Town, boom, kick. First thing they know is them guys from fucking Tennessee coming out. They're assholes. But they may not remember my name. They may not remember Donnie Green, and they're on the ride home. Remember him one son bitches? Who? That one that come out to that Guitar Town. They remember the song.
Yeah.
So even still today, you know, some places that song will play. I guarantee you people think, oh, you remember when Donnie Green and them? So, but yeah, a song is very key.
Because I remember, I mean, nowadays, like, wrestlers just kind of, it's a big, like, money thing, too, nowadays, with music and copyright issues. But, like, the music just now is just so lame. Like, it's just so bad. Like, Triple H, Stone Cold, Undertaker, they all had such badass, like, great music. And, like, if I ever got into wrestling, I would have to do, like, just something, like, a fucking, like...
Dude, I hated that fucking techno bullshit that we had that little fucking phase for a minute, man. I hated it.
Yeah.
All the guys were coming out to some fucking techno bullshit. I was so glad to see that pass.
Why was that the thing at the time?
I have no idea. It was one of those phases. Just a different generation coming through.
Yeah.
That's basically all it was.
Exactly.
Just different generation coming through.
And that generation just loved techno.
But like the guys before us, you know, they had good music.
Yeah.
And then that was one of the things that was the first thing you thought of when you got in, and I got to find something good to come out to. That was one of the first things we started looking for. First song we ever come out to was Thunderstruck.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good choice.
The only bad part is the intro is so fucking
Long, man.
And that's only,
They would get so mad because we just wait. They'd be like, fucking go. And I'd look at Bobby and say, don't you walk out that curtain. We'd want to wait till the fucking hit, you know. And they would just, and they'd be like, fucking, the promoter's throwing a fit. Because we're on a time limit, you know.
See, if I came out, I would want to come out to Metallica or something, but their songs are so fucking long, dude.
Yeah.
Like, one is like one of the best fucking, like, that song puts me in that fucking mode, man.
See, so like when me and Bobby was tagging, we did Guitar Town. So when we broke loose and went into singles, and then Bobby ended up tagging with other people. But when I went on my own, I was like, man, I need to change the song up. I can't keep using
What
the
else
same
did you
thing.
use?
Because at first, when we split up, he was still using it, and then I was still using it. And I just thought it confused people. So then, then I'm looking for other music. So I had a couple different songs that I tried, but silent comedy? It's called Bartholomew or something.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I got it off the theme music from the Hatfields and McCoys. That movie come out.
Nah.
It's pretty good. But I'm trying. That was the one I used for a while. There was another one. I can't remember what that was, but I think I used a total of 3 after that, but that was the main 2.
Nice.
And then when Bobby teamed up with someone else and he started using whatever music they was using, and I went back to the Guitar Town.
Exactly. Because theme music's got to be important, because when the fans hear it.
What'd you come out to?
Well, I came out to this music that Andy had been sent by Nick Himes. They put together, it says, Podcast God at the beginning of the song. And it's like it's pretty much like a trap beat.
You know, it was a
But
badass
people
song,
said they
but
like mine.
I can't find it anywhere. Like the only thing it used to be on was a CD. Was Solid Steel's theme song that they had made for him. Dude, that song was badass, but it's nowhere. Like we've tried finding the DVD for it and everything.
Yeah.
We just can't find it.
Yeah, it was always good, and it was theirs too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it was.
Your worst nightmare.
Yeah, just like
something like that, dude. It was good though.
Exactly. It's just like you need a theme that encapsulates you, that tells the fans what they expect from you. Salt still had that with that theme. It's just that
our
you can't
dad,
find it.
my dad, and Big Bobby, they come out to Bad to the Bone ever since they started wrestling. That was their music. That's what they was known for. So when Bad to the Bone hit, you knew who was coming out. So and that's what you want when you pick out music, something that's going to be remembered.
Exactly.
What would you pick, Johnny, if you had to go out there again? Any song?
Paint It Black by Rolling
By the
Stones.
Stones.
It's just something about that song that encapsulates what I was feeling that night, because I was coming out there till late on. Because at one point in the match, Andy stops and he tells me, I don't know what to do next, Johnny. So I was like, fuck it. Start just swinging on him. Because if he's going to stop and say it and the fans are watching, I'm like, well, now I got to fucking just lay into him.
Yeah, y'all needed way more time before y'all went out. But
Because they booked us June 5th, and Andy, he wasn't used to anything like that. So him stopping that, I had to lay onto him so that the fans wouldn't go.
y'all needed a manager.
Yes. He had Jane with him, but Jane
She's not
was the eye candy.
She's not a manager.
Yep.
You needed a manager. That way he could have brought you over to the manager. The manager could have got the heat on you, and could have been reminding you all the fucking spots.
Yeah. Because we didn't have nobody out there to remind anything. Like, we got some of the spots in, but there was times where the biggest spot that should happen, the one that starts the match where I go up to the top rope and I'm posing and he attacks me from mine, that got stopped by the referee who decided to start checking Andy, which was inside what we planned. So we.
That's what I'm saying. You had a whole ring full of guys had no experience.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
You had nobody in there to carry y'all. You all probably should have did a tag match with some other experienced guys or something different. But I mean, y'all got through it.
Yeah, because Terry was the one that booked it, and Andy was the heel and I was the face. I will say that my favorite moment from that entire match is the plunger spot, because me and Andy and Terry came up with that. Andy was supposed to get the plunger. He runs at me. I take the plunger from him. He gets it to that corner, and I back up and I run. I jab that sumbitch into his face. I swear to you, when I jabbed his face, what I saw was a man getting his nose broken because I slammed that sumbitch into him and I started. And I swear to God, I thought that I broke everything because the way he was looking. But I will say that if anyone that tries to get inside the ring, trust me, it don't matter if you play sports beforehand. It don't matter if you done football, basketball, track and field. You're going to get winded real fast if you're not someone.
Well, there's a difference in being in shape and ring shape.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't realize that. You can take a guy that goes to the gym, runs on the treadmill every day, and then get in the ring with a guy that's 300 pounds but wrestles on a regular.
It's like,
and blow him up in less than a minute.
Exactly.
it's like, so a lot of our wrestlers would come from football. So they come from football, and then first day of wrestling practice, the day after, they're like, why are we so sore, coach? We've been working out. Fucking wrestling's a different fucking sport, man.
Yeah. You're using muscles that you didn't use in football, you know.
Yeah.
You got a lot of other secondary muscles that you're using.
You get a lot of breaks, too. Wrestling,
Exactly.
no breaks.
Yeah, well, there's no, you're constantly, your muscles are tensed up, you know what I'm saying? So it's a power struggle.
Plus, you're hitting a hard wood every night that you get inside that ring. There's no trampoline to it or a mat.
I was just saying, so I see, speaking of your mama, I see this, so I seen that she disappeared from Facebook. She took a leave.
Is she on here now?
No. I was just thinking about it. I seen she went on Facebook. I was like, oh, fuck. She's gone. I said, well, she done deleted me on Facebook. So I must have pissed her off. I started checking my windows and shit, make sure she wasn't going to make good on that fucking promise from years ago. Told the wife, I said, you make sure you see a fucking big redheaded motherfucker out there. Call the law. I said, she'll be out here burning the house down. I said, Asia Joe done disappeared from Facebook.
She don't live that far from her. Well, yeah.
Yeah, Dan was just over the hill there, bud. Shit. I got nervous, and then all of a sudden I seen her pop back up today. They back on now.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what the deal was with that. She had to take a break.
I don't know, man.
It looked like she was going to go incognito and go burn the
Shit,
house.
I was watching, dude. I had my cameras pointed at the road, making sure, and said big red
Who
motherfucker
are you
show
more
up.
scared of, that homeless guy coming back or her?
Your mama crazy. She's a fruitcake. That motherfucker ain't all upstairs.
And she did make that promise, what she do years ago.
And she meant it. She meant it that night.
Meant it.
She did. She meant it that night.
What look did you see in her eyes? Like,
Dude, I come out that back door and she was standing out because we was out back of the building. And there was the ring trailer was sitting there and she's leaning against that ring trailer. And she had that fucking jacket in her hand. She was smoking that goddamn Marlboro 1000. She had a cigarette that fucking long. She was smoking on it. Never ashed. Never ashed it. That fucking ash would be that long just hanging on the end of it. She'd be smoking it. I walked out that door. She took that cigarette. She threw it down. She said, I'm going to tell you right now, you motherfucker.
golly.
Fuck you, Donnie Green, you motherfucker. I ain't no fucking dyke. And dude, I just died laughing. She said, don't laugh at me, motherfucker. I swear to God, I'll come to your fucking house and burn your house down with all your fucking family in it, motherfucker. I ain't no fucking dyke. Dude, I was dying laughing. I walked out to the car. I was getting in. I said, I'll see you next week, dyke. That bitch, she grabbed a handful of gravel and just started throwing them at the car as I was driving off. your daddy called me. He said, hey, man. Hey, when you go out next week, can you not call her a dyke? He said, I've had to hear that shit all fucking way home. I said, all right, dude. Next week come around. And, of course, we're wrestling them. And no, I wasn't wrestling. I was wrestling somebody else. And I get ready to go out. And he said, dude, please don't call her dyke. I said, all right, dude, I won't. He said, I'm serious, man. I just don't want to deal with it, dude. He said, you don't understand. I've heard about it all fucking week. He said, just whatever you do, just don't call it. I said, no problem. I got you. I come out that fucking curtain and veered down them steps and come around that ring. And there that big red motherfucker was. And she sat there. She said, what, motherfucker? I said, shut up, dyke. God damn, here she comes. She come over that damn rail and they was trying to hold her back. She was so mad. She said, that's it, motherfucker. I'm burning you down. I'm going to burn your fucking porch, too. Dude, she was so mad over that word. Hated it.
That Barry had his foot with that.
Oh, he was so mad. I come to the back. He goes, thanks, motherfucker. He was mad. It was great.
What is the story with there's a rib y'all pulled on Chad Allegra. There's a real big one that y'all did that's funny.
We pulled a bunch on Chad, man. Of course, Chad Allegra is for the ones that don't know who Chad Allegra is, he's now Carl Anderson. What do they call themselves? The Good Brothers?
Yep, the Good Brothers.
But before he became Carl Anderson, he was Chad Allegra, and he wrestled up there in Georgetown. And we pulled a couple of different ones on him. Your dad pulled one on him one time. Your dad had this nickel-plated BB gun. It was fake. It was a toy gun. And he had it in his bag. And he had it set, and he said, watch this. And he put his bag down. He covered. Well, Chad come walking through, and Barry nudged the suitcase out, and Chad kind of tripped over it. And your dad's like, what, motherfucker, you want some shit? He flipped the bag open and grabbed the gun out. Dude, I thought Chad was going to piss himself. He's like, dude, whoa. Dude, it was a fake play. It was a play gun. And he told Roger, he's like, dude, I can't take this no more, Raj. And then he come in one night, and then everybody told him, said, hey, man, Donnie's brother won a swim meet today. And he's like, for real? He's like, yeah, he won some kind of medal or trophy or something, dude. Justin told him. He's like, he said, go up there and tell you ought to congratulate him, dude. Everybody's congratulating. I guess we're going to go celebrate afterwards. You know, Donnie's pretty fired up. His little brother won a big swimming meet, man. Got some kind of award, trophy or something. He said, man, that's awesome. So I'm sitting there getting dressed, you know. And I'm on the other end of the dressing room. And we never even talked about it. Just that's kind of shit. That's the way we fed off one another. I didn't even know Justin had said nothing to him about it. He come up. He said, hey, Donnie. I said, what's up, buddy? He said, man, congratulations on your brother. I just looked at him and said, what are you talking about? He said, and then he knew right then. As soon as I said, what are you talking about? He looked at me. He goes, never mind. I was like, no, what? He said, well, I heard your brother won a swim meet today, and, you know, he got a trophy or something. Dude, I said, and I looked at him, I said, you're a fucking dick. He's like, what, dude? I'm just congratulating you. I grabbed my bag, and I picked it up, and I threw it as far as I could through the locker room. I was like, Roger, you get this motherfucker out of my face. I said, no, better yet, motherfucker, meet me outside right fucking now. He's like, Donnie, what did I do, man? I said, motherfucker, everybody knows my brother don't have no arms and legs. Dude, the look on his face, he just melted right there. He goes, I said, he's fucking handicapped, man. I said, he lost his fucking arms and legs. Everybody fucking knows that. I said, well, you think you're fucking funny? Get the fuck. I kicked the back door open on the building. I told Roger, I said, you get him out of here, Roger. Well, Roger ain't got a clue what the fuck's going on. Roger's like, what the fuck's going on? And then Bear's like, Chad congratulated Donnie on his brother winning that swim meet, and his brother ain't got no arms or legs. Roger just put his fucking head down and started laughing. And he looked at, and then Roger looked at Chad. He's like, well, fuck it, dude. You said it. Go deal with it. Chad was like, I can't do this, Roger. I'm done. Like, he was stressed over it.
Yeah.
And then finally I come in. I was like, dude, my brother didn't. He's got his arms and legs. We just fucking with you. He's like, I can't do this no more, guys. Y'all don't understand. My nerves I can't handle it. He said, all these fabricated stories y'all make up. So he told Roger he wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
Like, he told Roger, he said, I got to take some time off, man. Those guys get me so stressed out. But the only reason we done is because we loved him, dude. He was fucking great. But we was always fucking with Chad. Always fucking with Chad. But,
Exactly.
yeah, that was one of the best ones. Dude, he took time off after that. He was so stressed out, dude. But the look on his face, dude.
That's a bad one.
The look on his face was awful. When I said he ain't got no fucking arms and legs, and he just I thought he was gonna cry. And then Justin Idol was like, "Damn, dude, you said his brother's a bobber." Fuck, it just can't. But what really got it was when Roger played along too. Then fucking Chad was just done. So he had to take some time off.
And now he spends most of his time. Every now and then he'll send.
I talk to him every great while, man. I shoot him a message or something on Facebook. I see him and talk to him, but not very often. But man, he's one of those guys that, like, the first time I seen him, like, laid eyes on him, I knew he was gonna make it. Mm-hmm. He had the look then, but back then he had that blonde hair, looked like, he's a surfer. He just had that look, man. And the friggin' women, they loved Chad. You couldn't touch Chad later. I ran his first angle with him in Georgetown.
Speaking of, Jessica's watching.
She's always trying to watch, keep an eye on me.
What's up, Jess?
She's always trying to keep an eye on me. But I did his first match with him, or not his first match, but his first angle. And I lost every match during that angle, but they were great. Yeah, I'd go out there, put him over, and then beat the shit out of him. And people kept wanting to watch it, but we had good matches, dude. I worked for Roger for many years, and I don't think I won a match ever for Roger.
Damn, always healing?
Always healing, and he'd always put me under, but then he'd want me to get mine back after the match, so... Yeah. Like, I'd put the guy over, and then as soon as the guy would be celebrating that, and then he'd tell me just beat the absolute shit out of him. Okay. And that's kind of that was a thing for forever.
That's what I'm talking about, because you're a great heel.
One of the best things I enjoyed doing.
Jess is here for Bmoney. That's what she said.
She watched that video I did. She thinks you're really a Mexican.
Oh, yeah. There's another video if you go to Donnie Green 75 on TikTok. You can also get these
Neuro gum
from there. Check the link. But there's also another video that he posted of us on, was it New Year's?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on New Year's. Bmoney is in it.
It's not New Year's, it's Christmas.
Christmas.
We had that Christmas party. Yeah, so. But it's a pretty funny little video.
It's the stash.
It's a stash?
Yep. She sees the stash. She's like, he's also.
It's El Chapo right there, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What we got going on? Anything?
We got Jessica tuning in. Mom was tuning in.
Oh, your mom?
Yep. Who, Andy. Thought they was going to be
I ain't seen Andy in forever.
He was on here last night.
Yeah, I know. He don't come on when we come here.
Every blue moon.
He comes in when all them other guys come on, but he don't come on here when we're here.
I'll explain why. He's scared of me. Every time I'm here, he's like, I don't want to be here with those double knees no more. Every time.
He come in with the big superstar Chris Blades.
I know, right? And the little rodent that sits right there.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't understand that whole Chris Blades thing. I know he's special or whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, but that's ridiculous.
I don't understand what's he...
Yeah,
he's fucking wrestling. Like, why?
He's supposed to be a referee as well.
That dude should be buying a fucking ticket.
But also...
You just lost a fucking good fan that came to all the shows and paid money to watch you wrestle. You just lost $15 every show
Yeah.
by now letting him wrestle.
Now, so why Andy come to the show?
And the thing is, you're not getting nothing out of it though.
Yeah.
Like he's not drawing. He's not, and there's nothing against him. And like I like the guy. He's a nice guy, but he's not a wrestler.
Exactly.
And I mean, I may piss some people off, but I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
It is what it fucking is. He's not a worker. You just lost $15 a fucking show that you could have paid a worker that.
Exactly.
Because you wanted to take his money to training. So you made $1,500 off of him, but in the long run you've lost all that fucking money because now you don't have a guy buying tickets. And now he's working in the crowd, and people are looking at him and they're just like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
But that's just my opinion.
Plus, why does Andy only show up for that and not show up when we had NWA people here?
Andy ain't come around for a long fucking time.
Exactly.
Then I look on there ain't a fucking dude. One L8 was always in the fridge. Y'all fucking had pizza.
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
had a fucking pizza party in here last night. I don't get shit.
Where the fuck was our LA?
Yeah, they had a pizza party in here.
Yeah, him and them was eating all pizza. And it was served pizzas out all places.
I wouldn't eat served pizza anyway.
Exactly. And there only one L8. There should have been more than that because I bought a lot of L8s.
Yeah.
I bought the wires that's inside that fridge right there.
The liquor cabinet looks like shit.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing in there but them girly liquors.
I don't
Little,
want no key.
yeah,
Exactly.
they got peach stuff and
Like, where the fuck did
what
all the
happened?
liquor-
What happened to this podcast? It's went to shit.
I'll tell you what happened. Andy getting scared.
I don't know. I think what happened was Andy's wife put the woe on his ass.
Oh, no.
I think that's what happened. Andy's wife put that foot down.
And that's why he's got me, because I've been building it up. The best shows so far have been the NWA shows and the chop heard around the world when Sean got chopped by Tuffy Jr. and then I took the 3 chops from Tuffy Jr.
I tell you what, I
Oscar
really
and
liked.
Tuffy.
I really liked the Angel and Rob the Bomb show.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good one
it was a good
too.
one. Those two guys, man, so much knowledge, and they done so many things, man. Like you didn't even scratch the surface with those two guys.
Yeah, well, we didn't scratch the MWA surface barely, man. Everybody we got on here, we got 2 hours in, was like, fuck, we need like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, yeah,
We need
you-
2 or 3 times, like, fuck.
Well, you're
this
looking at a company that was the cornerstone of wrestling in this state for 40 years.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you're not gonna be able to get all that in that short period of time.
Exactly.
There ain't no way.
We got to do it again. Run it back.
We definitely, if anybody that came during MWA month wants to come back in, holler at us. We'll holler at you too.
Y'all need to reach out. I mean, I know Larry's got that book coming out, and I think he's doing podcasts, so I'd reach out to him again, see if he wants to come on and promote his book. He might not. I know y'all tried to get him on there for a while, and he keeps dodging it, but
You want to try and get him out
he
to
might
the straight
he
shooter?
might want to come on and promote his book.
Yeah.
He'd be a good, if he comes on, I'll come on with him if it's whatever, but I'd start reaching out to some of these guys, get some more people in here.
We definitely try to get Casey Chaos to come in as well. Because we see him every now and then. He's watching, he pays attention. He said if one of the guys from the NWA comes, he'll come. So maybe we could get you or someone like Bobby Blade with Casey Chaos come in here together. Because I see him every now and then.
Yeah, Casey be a good one to get in here.
That's one of the guys I was taking those sub every time I
You
watched
think
them
Casey and
videos.
Al maybe?
That'd be a good one.
Nice.
Yeah, Al needs to come on. You can't get Al out of the fucking house though. That motherfucker, he
Can't get that other one out either.
laid up. Who, your dad?
Yeah.
Well, he got circumcised.
He was hibernating.
So he's down for a little bit.
He's snacking on that Gouda, man.
I can't believe a man 40-something, almost 50 years old, goes and gets circumcised. Shit, 4. Had to skin her back, said the hood was infected.
And now he's hibernating again. Super hibernation.
Where's your brother been at, Richie?
I don't know. seen him last week a little bit.
He got dating that supermodel, and he ain't come around no more.
Nah, me and Johnny was talking about it earlier because he was like, man, we need to get something going. And I was like, yeah, we might film a promo or something of me. And he was like, who would you call out? And I was like, I don't really know because that boat sailed with Richie. He's already.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't engaged me at all, and he wants to get in the ring and settle it. So until that happens,
It's because he's scared of you. After he talked all that shit about breaking your ankle.
Yeah.
So, like, you go to all the shows. Has Larry got any guys that are worth watching right now? I haven't seen. I don't know.
There's a couple of them. Like Kellen Craven. He's a good one. There's the one guy that I've been seeing, Garrison Creed, that's been going around all the shows. He's worth watching, too. There's Nate Narley. He's good, too.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah,
You probably know him.
I know Nate.
There's probably a couple like Gaston LaRue. He's been good.
Jacob Radcliffe. He's not.
Yes.
Is he Larry?
He was trained by Larry.
Yeah.
But I don't think he works for Larry now.
But he's someone to take notice of because he puts on some damn good matches. Recently, he worked with Marty Clay, and that's a fire match. And
What about Adrian's guys? What do they got?
they got, I know Steel Wool is a hot top, but from what I've seen of him, he's not wearing what we would consider the gear that we'd like to see him wear. He's pretty good inside the ring. Apparently Steel Wool's wrestled for 20 years. Apparently. That's what they say.
I don't know who that is.
Steel Wool's the guy with the Black Panther mask and the flannel shirt and the jeans. That's that guy.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
There's this new guy that's called Cash Atkins. He's someone that's taking us up.
That's another thing. Like, wrestling's evolved now to where if you don't wear fucking gear, people kind of accept it now. They're like you can go out and wrestle in fucking jeans, shorts, and tennis shoes, and people kind of like, okay, and they just. I think John Cena changed all that shit.
Yeah, that's the reason why after I had the match with Andy, I made sure I got me some actual tights to wear, and tried to at least.
I just think you got to look like a wrestler. If you look like you're just going to play ball at the park, I think it takes away from the whole experience for the fans. But
well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I was not tooting my own horn, but I was a very good collegiate wrestler, and I took it serious. I was serious, like when I very competitive too. Collegiate wrestling is one of the most competitive sports on the planet. Somebody tells you it's not, I argue with that every day. And if I stepped in a wrestling ring and seen a guy wearing fucking tape up Skechers and fucking skinny jeans, I'm sorry, but I'd smoke that guy. There's no way that guy should be standing in the ring with someone like me, honestly.
But I remember we would get to the dressing rooms, and
it's okay.
This guy would walk in, and he had a Walmart bag. Had a Walmart bag, and there was clothes in it. And he showed up, had black shirt on, black jeans, and some dirty ass shoes. But he had a Walmart bag. So it was like, what the hell? Like, where's your... And he's sitting there, and then it's like, oh, you're working this. So I remember we was like, dude, you gonna get dressed? Yeah, I'm about to get dressed. He opens the Walmart bag, takes those black jeans he had on off, puts another pair of new black jeans that he just bought at Walmart, and a different black T-shirt that had titties and beer on the T-shirt. That's what it said, titties and beer. And that was like, I was like, damn, dude, you didn't, like, I was confused. And, I remember when Dad and them ran, the guy showed up and he didn't have ring gear, they sent him home. But it's not like that no more. Like, wrestling's evolved so different, so.
Right there, that's Steel Wool. Yeah.
But what's his gimmick?
I have no idea. Apparently he is an alpaca protection agency now. Because he wears the APA's name. But I I know what Lexi Green's gimmick is. It's clear as day. She
I'm just saying, I just don't.
But him, I don't know what his gimmick is. All I know is that he wears a mask.
Yeah.
That's about all that we know about Stillwool.
He's got wrestling shoes on, blue jeans, and a flannel with a mask.
And the shirt's supposed to have Alpaca Protection Agency on it.
Yeah, I don't care what his shirt's got.
Exactly.
I mean, it looks like the guy's going to fucking Walmart or the grocery store.
Like, he doesn't look like he wants to wrestle. Like, he is going to wrestle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And who's is he supposed to be wrestling? Vincent Steele. Vincent Steele's all right too. At least he dresses like a wrestler with actual singlet.
But that's the thing, though. It's what drives you nuts, because if you got a guy that's actually decent in the ring, then won't put enough time and effort to get decent gear, it's just fucking stupid.
Exactly. Like, when I first saw Stillwool, my first thoughts were, is this a wrestler? I was wondering, what's his gimmick? And I've been asking that for a while now. And then he comes out, sits in front row, and he's sitting at this table, and it's got protection. I'm like, is he still on the fucking APA's gimmick?
Yeah.
With a fucking whatever the hell that is, because that's supposed to be the Blue Panther's mask. That's why guys need to get their own mask so that people ain't make comments. That
Who's
say,
this other kid?
Oh, look. Which one?
Right there in the middle.
That one?
That's Jordan.
I know that's Jordan. I'm
Bardo.
talking about over here.
Over here?
Yeah.
That is Tyler Logan. He's pretty good. He dresses like a wrestler. Tyler Logan is called Mr. Conceited because he's self-conceited. But the guy that he's working is Joseph Miles, who's still a green guy. But he was able to make Joseph look like he was $100. Because I've known Tyler Logan since he was working for KPW with Scott Diamond. The match that I remember the most was Omega versus Tyler Logan. Omega's a damn good worker. Him and Tyler Logan were saved to make a great match.
That's a pretty good one to check out, is Omega.
Yes.
Watch some of his stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And this
I've
guy here,
never wrestled him, but I've been on shows with him.
this is someone that you need to pay attention to as well, because he may not look like much, but he at least understands the best ring psychology, because you gotta have it. And he understands to not dress like a bum. And the guy that he's working with is called Joseph Miles. He's green, but he's halfway decent. The only thing I can tell Joseph Miles is that he needs to maybe not just learn from one teacher, but try to pick up learning from other teachers as well.
The biggest thing I can tell these guys, because I'm about to have to head out, but the biggest thing you need to just tell these guys is, if this is what you want to do, and you really want to do it, and you want to go far, then that guy right there used to fucking drive for me.
Exactly. That one right there?
Yeah, he used to drive a FedEx truck for me. I fired him.
He deserved it. He looks like it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Shit like that just drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But, and baseball pants aren't fucking tights.
Are those fucking baseball pants?
They're fucking football
Yep.
pants. Baseball or football pants. One of the two.
Yep. And that's what I've been
But
saying.
anyway, if these guys really want to do this and they want to make some, you got to leave here. You can't just do it on the weekends and just keep working for the same promotion. Like, you know, I'm sure Elite's got a core group of guys, but those guys, if they want to make it, they got to get out. They got to break out, branch out, and start traveling and work other shows to get their name out there, because nobody's going to fucking see them here. You know, just like Larry.
Guys.
Larry was in that mode for a long time where he just stayed here in the state. It wasn't until he broke out and started traveling that other people got to see him and like, holy shit, this guy's good. You know, and like Lord Crew, I mean, hell, he just come back from Japan not long ago, you know.
Yeah.
But it's because he got out, traveled, got his name out, man.
I remember Dad worked on a card that Alex Zane was on. Alex Zane opened up the card that Dad was on.
Yeah. You just got to get you can't stay here and Like, if you want to do this, don't be scared to travel and get out there, because that's what it's going to take to make it. You can't just stay here in the state
Exactly.
and keep working with the same group of guys over and over and over.
Exactly. Because there's so many that's still here that haven't tried to travel out, because if I'm sure if they were willing, they could travel. There's some that do, and there's some that choose to stay here and wrestle instead of trying to get your name out there. I'm pretty sure that they were to take your advice, they would get noticed a lot more than what they are.
Well, fellas, we've been on here. It's now 9 o'clock.
There you go.
Man, it was great to have Honest Donnie Green back in the studio. His first, he was on the Spooktacular.
Yep.
So his second time on the Straight Shooting podcast. But it's always great to have you here. And you know I love talking to you. I hang out with you anytime.
That podcast was actually pretty fun.
The Spooktacular? Yeah.
I liked it because it was just different.
Yep.
And then for Christmas, I bought her a bunch of new devices and stuff. You have to get her back on here.
We definitely got to.
I got her the rods. I got her,
All the
Yep.
she's got those now. I bought her a new spirit box, EMF. She got the whole works now. So yeah, you had to get her back on here. But I actually got messages the next day from people talking about that they watched the show the day after.
Mm-hmm.
And sending messages, asking questions about stuff that she was talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, well, fucking message her. I don't fucking know what to tell you. I'm not the witch in the family. But yeah, that was a fun podcast.
Yeah, we definitely going to have to do that, because we're going to start doing a show that's going to be dealing with talking about spirits here soon with Leon Lexington. We're inviting him to be a part of that too. So we could be bringing her back in and go from there.
Yeah, that was fun.
It sure was, because I was wanting to talk about ghosts and that for a long time. Like, as soon as I heard that the doll was possessed, I was like, that's what I want to hear about.
Facts.
If you ain't seen that podcast, go back to about October and look for the Bmoney Straight Shooting Spooktacular. And there's part two.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good stuff. Yeah, I don't know, she spooks me out sometimes. But
Well, Superfly,
Yep.
what you got for us?
I just want to thank everyone that has been tuning in tonight, everyone that's been commenting. We do pay attention. And Donnie Green, thank you for coming again. Always a pleasure to have you.
It was fun, man. I told you I'd come. I always enjoy coming down. Just tonight, I mean, that's all we did was just sat here, just shot the shit. We didn't really talk about nothing or mounting nothing. We just hanging out and just talking. And I mean, I like coming down here doing that. So
Hell yeah.
I'm good with it. If y'all ever need me to help y'all out or fill in, just holler at me.
Sure will.
I don't mind coming.
And you know what? If you're not having fun,
You ain't getting none.
damn Skippy. Yeet, yeet.